Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into this video today. My name is Shay and I am an entrepreneur who is also passionate about sharing information with other entrepreneurs. So you can find me on Instagram at She's Basically, She'sBasically, and I'm also on TikTok with the same name. I recently posted a reel and a TikTok explaining how to use Shopify Shipping, which is a built-in shipping program through Shopify for those that have an online store with Shopify. And I promise to go further in detail, so that's what we're going to do today. This is going to be a full screen record video, so hopefully that works for you. So for the purposes of this video, I have created a completely fake store on Shopify called She's Basically, because that's the name of my platform. And this is what I'm going to be using to go through the process. So when you get on Shopify, I would say is very user friendly, but there's still a learning curve. You're still going to have a lot to learn if you've never used the e-commerce platform and if you're just not internet and computer savvy. There's nothing wrong with that. They have a really good help catalog. You can literally type topics into this search tab and figure out how to do things. But this video is specifically about Shopify shipping. Now, there are plenty of third-party apps that you can use to complete your shipping process. If you want to use one of those apps, you would click the apps tab and you would look for the app that you prefer to use. It may be ShipStation, Pirate Ship, Shippo. There's a bunch of different apps. But again, this video is going to be specifically about Shopify Shipping, which is their built-in shipping program. Now, I will tell you there's a downside to Shopify Shipping, and Shopify does their billing on a monthly basis as if it's a bill. So there's two ways that you would get billed for your shipping. One, there's a threshold. So I don't know if it's different for everyone. My threshold is $200. If I hit $200 in shipping charges or any billing charges, period, for my whole account, because you can get charged for apps and other services, they will charge me immediately as soon as my balance hits 200 or over. Otherwise, there's a full month billing cycle, and at the end of that monthly billing cycle, they would charge me whatever I have spent for all of my apps combined. So for instance, I recently hit a balance of 211. It charged me immediately. Another month, my total balance of fees for the month was like 180, so I got charged during my normal billing cycle. So I hope that makes sense. I know that's not ideal for people who want to be charged as soon as they make the shipping purchase, okay? Okay. So what you want to do when you're first setting up your store is go into your account. You can go to home and you're going to want to go to settings. And from there, you're going to want to go to shipping and delivery. Okay. So once you're in shipping and delivery, in order to make the checkout process seamless for your customers and to make it easier for yourself, you're going to go into manage rates and you're going to be looking at using carrier rates. All right, so when you first open up your shipping profile, it's going to have some information that's already there. I don't know how they calculate this information, but this is what you're kind of going to want to ignore. You're going to go down to add rate right here, and you want to click use carrier or app to calculate rates. Okay, so this means that when you add a specific carrier, so we're going to start with USPS, and that person checks out, they're going to take the current USPS rates and compare it to the weights and measurements of your expected package. And that's how they're going to formulate a shipping cost for your customer. For me, this is just way more accurate than saying if you spend between $5 and $10, your shipping rate is this. Or if your package is between this weight and this weight, your shipping rate is this. It just makes more sense to use the carrier rate. So that's what this video is all about. So for the purposes of this video, we're going to go with USPS, and we're going to say that customers can choose first class package, because we're not sending any mail. Mail is literally letters. So nothing that we have in our shop is going to fit in a first class mailer, for first class mail for an envelope. So we're going to do first class package. We're going to do priority mail, and we're also going to allow people to select priority mail express. You have to look at how you want to operate your business and if you want to offer priority mail express. The thing about that is people get fulfillment confused with shipping. Priority mail express dictates the speed of the carrier, which means that it will get there in one business day. That doesn't necessarily dictate your fulfillment. So you just want to make sure it's clear to your customer. Yes, you can select Priority Mail Express as your carrier choice, but on my end as the business, I still have a processing time of maybe 3 to 5 business days or whatever it is. You can offer express processing. But again, we're kind of getting off track, but I just want to be clear that choose your types of services based on what you have made clear to your customer. Okay. So a nice thing about using Shopify shipping when you're doing the carrier rates, you can always add in a handling fee. So this is what you can use to kind of account for some of your packaging and handling costs like gas and things like that going to the post office. You can either do a percentage or a flat amount. For me, I usually just add like 30 or 50 cents to account for some of the paper goods that I'm using. So for this video, we'll just do 30 cents. Okay, so now we have our carrier rate added in, and that is located down here with the carrier rates. And I'm actually going to remove this automatic list that they started the account with. One thing that is good to have your custom rate for is if you have some type of special shipping criteria, like if you spend over $200, your shipping is free. That's when you're going to want to go in and add that specialty rate, which is your own rate. So you can call it whatever. The customer will see it. So like I'll usually put complimentary, and this is complimentary shipping. So $0 shipping when you meet these conditions. So you'll go into conditions and you'll say what the customer has to do in order to get complimentary shipping. Okay. So I would usually go into based on order price. Once they spend $200, there's no limit. Anything after $200, their shipping is going to be completely free, and I would just call it complimentary. Okay. We're not going to do that now, but that's just something that you can add. So, all right, we have carrier rates turned on for USPS, and we're going to save that. So the next thing that you need to update in order to make this work accurately are your packages. So you're going to go back to that shipping and delivery settings and scroll down to saved packages. And they're always going to put a default box in there. For the purposes of this shop, the only product that I added was a mug. So I'm going to add what I know to be a general mug box. Okay. So my mug box is 6 in length, 5 in width, and 4 in height. And I'm going to change this to inches. And I'm going to do ounces, and let's just say it's 0.3 ounces. Actually, let's just give it 1 ounce. And then I'm going to rename this to mug box. And because this test store only has one product, I'm going to set this as my default package. Now for your store, what you set as your default package is completely up to you. It makes the most sense to obviously set it as your most used package, because it's going to use this weight that you're putting in to calculate that shipping when the customer is checking out. So now we've added our package. So we have 2 types of packages in here, and the mug box is our default. Just for the sake of the video, let's just do one more. Let's add a box that is 10 by 8 by 3. And we will make this 2 ounces. And we'll just call this our medium box. Again, you control all of this information. So you need to get your tape measure out and measure all your packages and weigh all your packages with your scale so that you can update this package information correctly. Okay. So now we have 3 packages. The one that it gave us, we can actually go ahead and delete this because we didn't add that in. So we have our mug box, which is our default, and we have our medium box. Okay. So those are the basics. You want to go in to shipping, manage rates, set up your carrier rates. And again, there's more detail that goes into doing outside of the USA. So this is specifically for orders within the USA. You may have to look into what services you're willing to provide. For me, DHL is in my area, so I know if I get a customer from Canada or wherever, I can physically go to DHL and drop that package off. They may not be in your area, so you'll need to do research on what carriers are available to you to be able to ship internationally, if you even want to do that. So we got our rate set up and we have our packages listed. Okay. So for this video, again, this is a test store. I added 1 product. So I have a mug here. So I pretty much set up everything inside of the product except for the main thing that impacts this video. So I'm going to go back in. You want to set up your product and fill in all the information that it's requesting. Although this video is specifically about shipping, I want to point out that it's really important to try to fill in this cost per item section. This is what allows the Shopify reports to really show you what your profit is, because you can make $25 from someone purchasing this mug, but if it costs you $15 to make it, then your profit is only $10. And that's going to be really important in the long term for you understanding your numbers and what products work well for you. So don't forget to fill that in. But for this video, the most important box is going to be shipping. So you want to make sure that you properly weigh the product on its own, not within the box, because again, remember, we already did the package weight over under the shipping settings under packages. So I would weigh my mug and I would say, okay, my mug is 14 ounces. And I would set up my product properly and I would save this information. So I have my store on test mode. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to actually go into the store and I'm going to purchase the mug, and then I'm going to show you how it comes up on the back end for you to create your shipping label. All right, again, this is a test store. I just set this up super quickly. As you can see, welcome to my test store, and I only have the one product. So this is what the customer is going to see. They're going to see the mug. It's $25. They're going to add it to their cart. They're going to open their cart up, and they're going to head over to checkout. So when they get over to shipping, as you can see, it's calculating the actual rates, okay? The actual rates from USPS. Now, if you know anything about USPS carrier rates, 16 ounces is a pound. First class is under 16 ounces, and it's a certain dimensions for the actual box. I can't recall exactly what it is. But because I have my mug listed as 14 ounces and my mug box listed as 1 ounce, that brings me to 15 ounces. Therefore, it's showing me the actual rate for USPS first class package, and then it's also adding that 30 cents. Remember, I did the 30 cents for shipping and handling, right? But it's also giving them the option to do priority mail. Now, for them, there may be a benefit. They may be more comfortable with priority mail. Priority mail actually comes with some insurance, or they may want to choose express. Again, this is all up to the customer, but it has auto calculated this rate. You didn't have to do anything beyond filling in all of your weights and stuff. So they'll go ahead and continue the payment, and they'll complete their order. So again, this video is about shipping, but if you are going to practice in test mode, you can just type into the search bar on Shopify test mode, and it will bring you to the page that details how to do that. When you're in test mode, you cannot use an actual card, but you still need information to make it go through. So they actually have fake credit card digits that you're going to type in. I don't want to get too much into that, but just type in test payment, test mode, and it will bring you to a list of pages. And on the test mode page, it will give you the fake credit card numbers that you'll need to use to process your payment. All right, so Beyonce has checked out. She has her mug from my store. Everything's cool, right? All right, so now we're going to get back over into shop owner mode, and we're going to click back over into our store. So now, congratulations, you've made your first sale, even though it's a test sale, it's okay. And we're going to go over to orders. And we have Beyonce Knowles, who placed her order today at 9:11 p.m. And again, there's a lot of information that comes with Shopify, but we're focusing on shipping. We can see here that she purchased one item, and that it's going to be a first class package, which is USPS, okay? So in order to fulfill this, we're just going to click her order. You can either click directly into the order like this, like fully go into the order and see everything that's going on, or you can just click it here. And what you're going to want to do, I need to do a separate video on order fulfillment. Again, this is just about shipping, so let's stay focused. I'm going to stay focused. You're going to click create shipping label. All right, so this is my shipping page that's going to let me purchase the label for this customer's order. Now you will see here that it has already calculated the weight of what I'm sending, and that's based on what I entered for the product weight, what I entered for the package weight, okay? So here's the product weight, here's the package, and it's automatically calculating that this is 0.93 pounds. If you just switch over to ounces, you'll see that it's 15 ounces, okay? So the customer paid $5.19 for a first class package. It's going to cost me $5.19 for the first class package, okay? So that's how you get it super accurate. You didn't have to guess, you didn't overcharge them, you didn't undercharge them. It's also going to show you all of your other options for shipping carriers. Again, you're going to see more than what the customer sees based on what you select in that carrier rates list. But if you needed to change anything, you could do other services at this time. Now, we know that the mug box is the default box. Let's say for whatever reason, the default box is not the one you're going to actually use. All you have to do is go in here and click package and change the package. If the package that you're going to be using is a weight that changes the services, everything down below will change. Now we're using a bigger box, which is at a higher weight. Our package is no longer eligible for first class. It's going to take that option away. Okay. So that's why it's kind of important to make sure you have everything in there accurately so that the amount that calculates for the customer is what you'll actually be using. Now, in this instance, let's say there was a certain box that I didn't already have listed. All you have to do is click add package, and you can add a package right from here and click save for future use. So you can add packages on the go. Another thing that you may need to do is use a carrier package. So for USPS, I'm just going to go with an A1 because I know that that's a smaller box. Let's say I'm using the A1 priority mail box, and it's going to update my cost again because this box has a different rate associated with it. So you'll be able to make changes in here, but all the information that you uploaded previously is what is going to help calculate that rate for your customer, and then on the back end calculate it for you. Okay, so I'm not going to buy a shipping label today because it's actually going to charge me, and this is not a real order. But again, I hope this was helpful. The main 3 things that you need to fill in are under shipping and delivery. You need to manage your rates, and you need to add your carrier rates by clicking add rate. Under shipping and delivery, you need to add your packages. You need to add all your packages, weigh them, measure them. And then under your specific products, you need to add your product weight. Those are the 3 important things that you have to have listed in order for the system to properly calculate the cost for your customer. Okay, there's so much to explore with Shopify. I wish I could get into all the bits and parts. It's so hard to go through with one topic without touching on other ones. Like I would love to get into fulfillment, but that would just have to be a separate video. I don't want this to be super long. If you have any specific questions about Shopify shipping and how to set this up to make it work for you, feel free to leave them below. I will be answering comments and trying my best to help people troubleshoot through setting up their Shopify shipping. On the other hand, if you have any specific topics Shopify related that you would like me to do a similar video on with this screen record style, please let me know. I'm new to YouTube, so I'm just getting my feet wet and seeing what type of content I would like to put out. Again, I enjoy entrepreneurship and helping other small businesses, especially women, especially Black women. I love to see us creating stores, putting products out, selling services. I literally love it. I live for it. So leave me a comment below. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Let me know what information you would like to see me offer in the future. And I'll be back soon with more content.